over there. And today, in this meeting, Sushma is not with us. And BJP informed that Pradhan Mantri Modi ji has clearly honored Sushma ji with the name of this building, Venu, Sushma Swaraj Bhavan. Therefore, for me, particularly, and personally, it is a matter of emotion and sentiment. I want to honor Sushma ji and I want to respect her for her very important discussion with me last time. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, friends from media, I feel privileged to address this august gathering of intellectual, distinguished luminaries and friends of Nepal. I express my sincere gratitude to the founding of Public Awareness and Policy for hosting this event. I commend the work that the Foundation has done in advancing the knowledge and facilitating discourse on the contemporary issues of common concern. Nepal-India relations are founded on the age-old connection of history, socio-cultural tradition, and people-to-people contact. Our two countries share a history of harmonious coexistence. Our relations are rooted in antiquity. The relations are deep and diverse, underpinned by mutual respect, cordiality, and friendship. We are connected by geography as well as history, by language as well as literature, by our common tradition as well as religions, and by land as well as rivers. Not just history but also destiny has bound us together. As friendly neighbors, our two countries have been aware of each other's concern and each other's sensitivities. Nepal has not allowed its land to be used against the interests of our neighbors, and it expects similar assurance from India. Mutual trust and respect for each other's sensitivity have helped us to clear some misunderstanding in the past. Nepal-India relations are multifaceted and go beyond the formal relation involving two governments. People-to-people contact, open borders, and immense goodwill are unique strengths of our relation. Our interactions today cover a wide spectrum and scope, from culture to commerce, from transportation to tourism, and from education to energy. Exchange of high-level visits and frequent interaction have further strengthened the age-old, time-tested and multidimensional ties between our two countries. I fondly recall my visit to India in 2008 and 2016 as Prime Minister of Nepal, and also in other capacities on several other occasions. I was deeply moved by the generous hospitality and warmth every time I visited this great country. I endeavored to enrich the substance and widen the scope of cooperation with India during my tenure. My commitment has always remained strong to strengthen friendship and cooperation with our friendly neighbor. There have been two high-level visits between our two countries in a matter of less than 2 months. The present coalition government of Nepal, headed by Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deoga, has attached great importance to its relation with India. We as a coalition partner are of the view that our two countries should work together to fully harness the development potential in order to uplift the living standard of our people who deserve a dignified life. The official visit of Prime Minister Deoga to India in April and subsequent official visit of Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi ji to Lumbini on May 16 have generated a new momentum in our relations. These exchanges have added new dynamism in our relations. In his address in Lumbini on the occasion of Buddha Jayanti celebration on 16th of May, Prime Minister of India Modi ji highlighted that the friendship between the people of Nepal and India are unshakable like the Himalayas. As we mark this year the 75th anniversary of the formalization of the bilateral relation between Nepal and India, this new dynamism speaks of huge potential to take our relation to newer heights. From this juncture, we can confidently look forward to the next 75 years and beyond for ever stronger and greater cooperation in several sectors including energy, tourism, culture, commerce and connectivity. Ladies and gentlemen, Nepal and India are endowed with resources both natural and human. This abundance of resources need to be transformed into the abundance of wealth. For Nepal, India remains the most important trade partner. It is the largest source of Nepal's import as well as the largest destination of Nepal's export. The volume of our bilateral trade has been increasing. However, Nepal's trade deficit with India continues to widen at an alarming rate for the size of our economy. Given this scenario, it is imperative to fully realize Nepal's export potential. The business community and the investor can explore opportunities in Nepal's export potential and contribute to addressing the perennial issues of trade deficit. Furthermore, more favorable market access and trade facilitation are needed to fully realize Nepal's export potential. As Nepal is set to graduate from the LDC category by 2026, we count on the full potential of trade as an engine of sustainable development. Over the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has caused massive economic and social disruption impacting the lives and livelihoods globally. At the hour of crisis, India has continued its support to Nepal, including by unhindered supplies of goods, medical supplies and much needed vaccines. We are thankful to the government and people of India for the generous assistance extended to Nepal during difficult times, including in the aftermath of the devastating earthquake in 2015. The response from the government of India in the wake of earthquake was speedy, spontaneous and substantial. We greatly value India's support in the post-earthquake reconstruction. We greatly value India's long-standing cooperation in Nepal's development pursuit. Cross-border connectivity is an important agenda. It brings the economies closer, promotes bilateral trade and facilitates people-to-people contact. It also has a multiplier effect on the economy. To enhance trade and economic activities, Nepal has prioritized connectivity infrastructure including roads, railways, waterways and transmission lines. Agriculture offers huge potential for cooperation. We need to implement the important understanding reached in the past for promoting cooperation in this sector. We appreciate India's valuable support in supplying chemical fertilizer to Nepal. Nepal and India are working on different large projects including integrated checkposts and rail links. Railway link with India is being scaled up. Passenger service in Jayanagar-Kurta railway had resumed, connecting Nepal with Indian railway network. We are expecting India's favorable response to our request for additional air entry points as we expand the network of international and regional airports in Nepal. Additional projects are in the pipeline. While there is enough room for upgradation, lack of infrastructure is no more a constraining factor in scaling up our commerce, connectivity and cooperation. As a home of natural heritage and religious sites, Nepal warmly welcomes Indian tourists. Be it for nature, culture, or for adventure, we expect an increased flow of Indian visitors in the days ahead. Ramayana circuit, Buddhist circuit, Shiva circuit, and other religious sites including Pashupatinath, Muktinath, suddenly represent our civilizational bonds and potential for scaling up religious tourism. Ladies and gentlemen, while the world is grappling with climate change, cooperation between Nepal and India at bilateral as well as global level are also global goods. Unfortunately, climate change has disproportionately impacted Nepal not only by gradual melting of the vast ice reserve in high Himalayas, but also affecting the lives and livelihood of millions of people downstream. Nepal holds an immense potential in hydropower generation. As an economic powerhouse, India has a growing demand for electricity. Bilateral cooperation in the power sector will therefore deliver mutual gains. Nepal's hydropower is an answer to issues of the energy security as well as green growth. Nepal-India joint vision statement on power sector cooperation was issued during the visit of Prime Minister of Nepal to India on 2 April 2022. Based on it, a long-term approach in joint development of hydropower and seamless power trade will further unleash economic potential between Nepal and India. Cross-border transmission infrastructure is being strengthened with new and upgraded transmission lines. The potential for power trading between two countries is ever growing. The quantum of hydropower export from Nepal to India has increased over 360 megawatts, and we look forward to fostering this export on a long-term basis. Based on joint vision, we can further explore power trading on a regional basis including the BPIN framework. Nepal is eager to welcome more investment from Indian investors and developers in hydropower. In addition, we have prioritized some of the most potential sectors for investment such as agriculture, infrastructure, connectivity, tourism, export-oriented industries which can help in India in economic, social, scientific and other frontiers in recent years have been remarkable. India's development has been truly spectacular and inspiring. The people of Nepal had stood by India during its struggle. Nepal had provided moral as well as material support. Today, they are standing by the people of India in their quest for development. India's policy of the neighborhood first and Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas can provide momentum to both regional and sub-regional process in South Asia, particularly in the areas of trade, transit, connectivity and hydropower. We are also happy to see India's lead in several multilateral initiatives including International Solar Alliance, Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure and WHO Global Center for Traditional Medicine. Also, India has driven the agenda of G20 and BRICS. In many international fora, including the United Nations, our countries have worked closely. We share a collaborative spirit in various regional and sub-regional platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some issues left by history. There are some issues left by history that need to be addressed in good faith to fully realize the potential of Nepal-India relations and the bilateral cooperation. The matters related to 1950 treaty, boundary and the EPG report need to be resolved through diplomatic efforts and dialogue. In the spirit of good neighborliness, we can make our relations problem-free. The commonality between Nepal and India and the extent of engagement has created a synergy for a robust interdependence.
interdependence. We must capitalize on these enablers to ensure that cooperation bears fruits for people of both the countries. Goodwill, trust, understanding, equality, mutual respect and benefit should continue to underpin our relationship. Before I conclude, I express my sincere thanks once again to the Foundation for Public Awareness and Policy for organizing this event. I reiterate my unflinching hope for closer and mutually rewarding relations between our two countries in the days to come. Thank you. Thank you very much.